Evening, homicide detectives today rolled the dice. Using a backhoe, they dug up a body looking for a murder weapon.
An extreme step, but one approved by a judge. News Channel 5's Nick Barris was the only reporter there as TBI agents hope to unearth the key evidence in a high-profile cold case.
It was a tip that led me early this morning to the Memory Gardens Cemetery in Hickman County, not for a burial, but for an exhumation, all in search of a gun. It was quite a crowd. TBI agents and Dixon County Sheriff's detectives gathered around a backhoe digging up a grave. They kept us back and no one at the scene would talk to us on camera, but sources tell News Channel 5 they were looking for a murder weapon, specifically a .38 caliber Smith & Wesson. They were looking for the gun that killed this man.
He was unarmed. No indication of a struggle, just came in and assassinated him.
That was then District Attorney Dan Alsobrooks 16 years ago. Someone had murdered 32-year-old Eric Baxter at his Jones Creek Road home. There were no arrests. The case went cold, and in 2005, Baxter's sister talked about the pain of the killer escaping.
I've spent a lot of time imagining what that night was like for my brother. The thought that there are people or a person out there that can live with that memory and be okay with it is hard to understand.
Baxter was shot 6 times. Detectives recovered the rounds, but never the gun, and that is what brought them to this cemetery. For years, they had a prime suspect, a former law enforcement officer who had a business dispute with Baxter. Then, a confidential informant told the TBI the suspect buried the murder weapon with his father, placing the gun next to his body. Investigators apparently collected enough information over the years to convince a judge to sign a search warrant to allow them to dig up that casket. Behind the blue tarp, they opened it, and agents wearing rubber gloves and using a video camera searched the contents for more than an hour. When they finished, I asked them what they found. As you might expect, they wouldn't tell me. If indeed they found the gun, they'll keep it quiet while they do ballistics. We'll know if and when they indict the killer. Nick Barris, News Channel 5 HD.
The case against the prime suspect in this murder was taken to the grand jury once before. They didn't indict, citing the need for more physical evidence. If detectives today did find that gun, that may be all that's needed to finally get an arrest. We'll stay on the story.